Okay, sorry about that. Back in business. Share your referral link. What the fuck is that? I don't even know if I have an internet connection right now, but we'll see. It's pretty shitty out today. Oh my god. All right, we'll see if anybody gets my notification and comes back in here. Kids, can't live with them, can't live without them. Anyways, there we go. Oh, Andy, my son, I had to bring my son's skates. I had to meet my husband somewhere to bring my son his skates because I brought him somewhere the other night and he left his skates in my car. So we just did the little trade off. My husband called me. He's like, he left his skates in your car. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to go meet him halfway so he could come back and grab the skates. Like, oh my God. Kids. You think my son would remember because, but nope. But I'll be honest, when I was his age, I probably wouldn't have remembered either. So I ain't even gonna, I ain't even gonna lie. None of us remembered, right? That he took his skates out of his hockey bag. So they were in my car in another bag. So, anywho, I know, right? You gotta love them. That's why my husband called once and he called again. I'm like, all right, something's going on. I'm like, let me answer this. And he's like, you forgot the skates in your car. I'm like, oh my God, all right. Oh, hey, Crystal. Thank you. Member for 18 months. That was fast. Well, thank God. We met halfway, so he wasn't that far from my house. So it was pretty quick. We like literally rolled into the parking lot at the same exact time. I like threw the bag at him. He's like, I'm like, it looks like we're doing a drug deal over here. It's fucking hockey skates. Oh my God, kids. I would have totally forgot too. I mean, when I was that age, you think I was like thinking of shit like that? No. Actually, my son's pretty good with that kind of shit. So I'm kind of surprised he forgot with that his skates were in my car. But he, you know, life of a hockey parent. That's all. You go through it all the time. You know how many people I know that like drove to games and then they forgot their kid's jersey or goalie pads or whatever. One of our friends one time, I remember we were all the way in New Jersey and he pulls up and he's like, I forgot the fucking jersey. Oh no, I'm sorry. He called us halfway there. We're like halfway there. He's like, forgot his fucking jersey. So he had to turn around, go all the way back home, get his jerseys, and then come back. Like it happens. It happens. It's just one of the fun things about, your kid playing a sport is that you're just always forgetting. Yeah, we all grew up to be our moms. Yeah, right? Isn't that so true? So I'm on my way back to my house. So once we get there, we can finish playing that live. So yeah, that's my exciting story. I forgot my son forgot his skates. He was off from school this week, so we were running around a lot. And well, last week, not this week, the week before Easter. I don't know if other states do spring break, right? It's probably a little earlier. Ours is April because our school ends in June. Your guys, other people, ends in May. So I doubt they do a spring break in April right before. I cannot believe the school year is almost over. It's just crazy. It went so fast. The other day was on the 19th, so the day before Easter. This shit bugged me out. It's been 19 years since my dad passed away that day. And I'm like, holy shit. When when you just sit there and think about it, you're like, dude, almost 20 years of my life passed by, like, since that happened. Like, it's just fucking crazy how fast time goes. So with that, this year, right, 2025 will be 9 years since my mom passed away because my mom passed exactly 10 years after my dad passed. And even that, I'm like, dude, a whole decade, went by since she passed almost. Like that, it's just crazy how fast, time goes. Holy shit. So, So yeah, the Pope died today. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not really like, I mean, I'm Catholic, but I'm not really like a practicing Catholic. So I mean, I don't know too much about the Pope. Like, what do they do now? How do they pick a new Pope? I know there's like a whole big ceremony. I kind of remember learning about this at some point in time. They have like these chimneys or something. I don't know why, but chimneys are sticking out in my brain. Um, that's fucking crazy. The day after Easter, he passed away. What did he die from? Was it just like an old age thing? Or was he sick? The smoke thing. Yeah, don't they do something about like the smoke? There's some smoke signals when they pick the new pope or something like that. So I wonder who's up next. My son, I sad enough as it is, I never sent him to religion classes. Like, Mom, who's this guy? And I go, that's the Pope. He's like, well, what's that? I'm like, it's the Pope of the Catholic Church. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, Catholic. Well, he's baptized, but I never went any further with it. I never brought him for his communion or confirmation because why? I don't go to church. I don't follow it. Why would I, he's baptized. So if he wants to explore the, religion one day when he gets older, he could do that. I don't know. I just feel like I have my stance on, religious stuff. I just don't feel like you should be forced until you're, can make a choice for yourself. So I don't remember anything from religion class when I was a kid, not one thing, So anyway, so he goes, it was kind of funny, but he's like, he goes, why? He's not Jewish? I go, no. He's like, well, he's wearing a yarmulke. I'm like, that's not a yarmulke. Oh my God. Yeah, he has like no clue though. I kind of felt like bad at that moment because I was like, oh, maybe I should have sent them to religion class. But I mean, I don't feel, you know, it's not something that I do. I don't practice religion. So I just don't feel, I feel hypocritical, sending my kid to do something that I don't really follow myself. So, and it's kind of late now. I mean, at the time when he was supposed to make his communion, it was during COVID, which I probably should have done it during that time because I probably could have just done online religion classes. But we were kind of like on the fence whether we wanted to do it or not. And then, time just kind of passed us by and he started playing travel hockey, which takes up a lot of, time. So we just never did it. I'm Catholic. I mean, I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I was baptized, did the communion and confirmation, the whole 9 yards. But I don't go to church. I don't practice religion, So I don't know. It's not a bad thing to obviously, teach your kid, but I just feel like let them find their way in their own faith when they, if they want to explore it, you could explore any religion you want. You don't have to be Catholic. You could explore Lutheranism, whatever. You could pick when you get older. And I feel like as a child, I had no understanding of why I was sitting in that classroom or going through any of this stuff because I really just don't think your brain is like mature enough to really fully comprehend it. So, and my parents weren't, my mom was Catholic. I don't even know if my dad was. I guess he was. Like I don't know if he went to church when he was a kid. I really don't know. But my mom, once I was done, my brother was older than me. Once I was done and I did my confirmation, we never went to church again after that. Oh my God, my kids just went flying. So I feel like a lot of the times families do it out of like kind of like an obligation or guilt to do it to, I mean, that's why I baptized him. I wasn't even going to baptize him. And then, I got my mom guilting me and all of my aunts, oh, you're not going to baptize him. So I did it. But really, I did it for them. Like, I wasn't really doing it for myself, or for my son. So I let my kids do their own thing too. I just feel like that's, it's just a better way for them to figure it out themselves when they get older and they want to explore. If they want to explore a religion of any sort, let them do it on their own. I don't think at, the age of what are you, like 8 in second grade? I don't think you're really absorbing the information. I know I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. I hated it. I was like, oh, why do I have to go to this? So, I mean, I think, when he gets older, I talk about it. I just don't, send him to the classes and stuff. So one day maybe he'll, decide. One of my cousins, she wasn't raised Catholic. And then when she got older, she she got baptized. I think she was around like 18. She went and got baptized, did the whole thing, communion, everything. And now she's like really into it. She works at the church. She volunteers there. She teaches religion, but she kind of did it on her own. Nobody forced her into it. And so I look at that and I'm like, hopefully my son could do that. I couldn't take my son out of the house till he was baptized. My dad would have flipped out. See, yeah, and that's what it is. Most people are doing it out of, an obligation to their parents. And since my parents aren't around, I never felt obligated. Jesse was 4 when my mom passed away, so I felt like, I don't really have anybody here kind of guilting me. I don't even know that I would have done his communion, honestly, even if my mom was around after, I'm like, why? We never go to church. Like, I feel like a hypocrite kind of doing this. It's like when my dad used to have a cigarette in his hand and tell me I shouldn't smoke, It's like, dude, maybe you should put the cigarette out before you give me a speech about smoking. Just saying. But, no offense to anybody. If you go, like, everybody's got to make their own decisions in life and what they want to do. I'm totally, like, I believe in God and everything. I just don't practice religion. I don't go to the Catholic Church. Sure, you go to church weddings and funerals. Who? Me? I mean, like, the only thing is, okay, he can't, what do you call it? Receive, what is it? Communion when you go to a mass or something. Like, I don't even do it anyway, even though I've been, made my communion. I mean, if I go to a mass for something, I don't go up there. I'm like, I don't know. Mine had the basics of Christianity from scouting. We taught them some about Buddhism, a couple of different pagan religions. Neither are very religious at this time. I think not everybody, but I think a lot of people go through like maybe when they're around like 18, 19, 20, they go through like a spiritual kind of journey in their lives, where you're kind of searching for answers and shit like that. And I feel like that's a more appropriate time. Hey, don't you knock that bowl over, to explore religions and stuff when you're mature and you could figure it out on your own and find it on your own. So I might look back and be like, I was wrong. I should have just made him make his communion. I don't know. But, whatever. Who knows? You never know when you're making the right or wrong decisions in life. It really just came down to we were just really busy with hockey. Didn't really have time to bring them. Anywho, all right, I'm gonna go back up in my my little room there, and we'll get back online. Sorry about that little interruption. I'm making myself coffee. I got guys coming this week because I'm getting my kitchen cabinets hopefully replaced under the warranty because the laminate like separated from the cabinets, from the doors, and like one of the doors it like bubbled out. So they're going to replace all my cabinet doors and then maybe the front of the cabinets too because they got like discolored. So I got a lot of shit to do this week. Your evil lair? Yes, my evil lair. Yeah, I can't believe it. I wrote to them years ago because this happened right shortly after we got them, the cabinets, and it was right around the time my mom was sick, so I never, followed through with it, and so after Ovi, he destroyed one of my cabinet doors. He literally chewed the laminate off the door. I was like, dude, I got to get in touch with this cabinet company. So But it's so weird. They make you go through this whole process where like I have to have somebody come and do an estimate. I don't know. So it's a whole big thing. I'm getting a new roof. Oh, I got one of those a few years ago. That was fun. That was fun. It was only, I mean, it was short, but it is a pain in the ass. But I will tell you, once I got that new roof, I used to get those friggin' stink bugs. Oh my God, those things are so gross. And ever since we got all the plywood replaced in my roof, I haven't seen one of those things around. But our roof got replaced from insurance because we had like a really bad storm, and what do you call it? It blew like so many shingles off our roof. So our roof was old. It was, whoever lived here before us had put the roof in. So, all right, I'm trying to switch over here. When the guys come, take your coffee maker and air fryer off your counters. They'll try to use that. Oh no, I've already been approved. Hey, Home Depot. I've already been approved for. They're already going to cover it. I just need to get an estimate. The company already, like, I sent them. I already went through the whole process. They just want me to get an estimate for some reason, and I feel bad because I'm kind of like wasting people's time by doing that. But they already approved, everything. So I don't know why they need the estimate. I'm a little confused about it myself, but whatever I gotta do. So, all right, hold on a second, because that was weird. Okay, we're back. Let's how come it's like showing? Can you guys hear me? I'm sure you guys can. I'm thankful for a metal roof. Ooh, I would love a metal roof. I like the look of that. All right. Sorry about that. All right. You ready? Yeah, ready?
Changed. So
let me know if you guys could hear this.
I just don't know why you can't stop and why you keep projecting everything that you are onto me.
Oh, so just to give you guys a little, if you weren't in here before, okay. Laura went live last night with the title about somebody saying something about her chat, okay, like not liking her. Now, I don't remember saying this. So when I saw the title, I was like, oh, I wonder who this is about, like probably somebody like beat him or something. But it ended up, it was me. And I'm like, I don't fucking remember saying that. I'm not saying I didn't say it because I probably could have. But I mean, she was so bothered by this fucking 8-day-old clip. It's just fucking crazy. So that's what we're looking at.
Stop doing it. The only people that care are people that are as obsessed as you are, or that just don't care, like, and just want to hate someone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And the other people that just can't deal with it, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't hold shit against them for shit they did.
Oh my God.
You're gonna tell me that many people in this community, they've done a lot of fucking shit, but you get over it and you're like, okay, I get it, move on.
She always does these speeches like everybody should just get over it. Like, Laura, fuck you. The more you tell me to get over what you did to my family, the more I'll probably not get over it, because you're in no fucking place to tell anybody what they need to get over and not get over. Okay?
You can't, if someone's, all right, let me rephrase that. If someone's a good person overall and they know that you're a good person overall and they see the ins and outs of you and they know you forever, like as long as you've been on YouTube, and they realize, yeah, they're not going to say, oh my God, we accept it. But they're going to say, okay, she made a mistake. What are the other things about her? Does her good overweigh her bad?
I got a question though, seriously. Burgundy Blue, if you're listening, I know you are. Could you, if you're gonna clip me fucking talking about like turning the gain down on her microphone. This way we don't have to hear her cottonmouth. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to get a message across to her, put that one out. Just a suggestion.
And for a lot of people, that answer was yes. For other people, it may have taken them a little bit to realize, like, there's certain people I have in mind, but it may have taken them a little bit to realize, okay, we do see that it was something she did years ago and she changed, and, it's so evident that she's changed.
It's so evident, guys. It's so evident. She was just threatening somebody, what, a week ago, that she was going to call their fucking job up? Yeah, she's changed, guys.
It's evident. It's more than evident.
Okay, we're gonna, you know, forgive her for it. Like, that doesn't mean that I'm hated or that they feel bad for me. I mean, really,
What?
I don't even know why you would come up with that other than your own fucking insecurity. Because most adults don't think like
I don't even know what she's talking about. I really don't. I don't know what clip she's fucking even talking about. In fact, I should look. Hold
that.
on.
We're
Let's
not
see.
children. I don't know how it is with kids, your kids or something, but
I only have
even
one
with
kid.
children, if children make a mistake, you explain to them where they went wrong.
See, if children make a mistake, Laura, what you did wasn't a mistake. You purposely did that. You need to learn what a fucking mistake is. A mistake is like, oops, I accidentally wrote, you know, my fucking name wrong on here. I spelled something wrong. That's not a mistake. That's a fucking, you made a very conscious decision to do that. It wasn't a mistake. It was a conscious decision. Okay? So
Wrong. You explain to them, you know, why it was wrong, and then you forgive them and you move on. Even if it was, you know, a horrible thing. That's just what you do. And we're all adults.
she's gonna tell us what we do, what you do, guys. She's the person we should be, you know, modeling ourselves after. Clearly.
And many of us have children. And again, they look at the big picture. And I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Tina D had the best quote, and she was right. Supporters come and go. You're going to have supporters come and go all the time. But the real motherfuckers, the ones that are really there for you through thick and thin, they're going to be there for you regardless. That could be a sub, that could be a Patreon, that could be a member, that could be anybody. But they're going to see past a mistake or things that you've done or whatever, and they're going to move on, and they're going to...
If she wasn't so fucking insecure about this shit, why even talk about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Why does this even matter, what I said? Who cares what I said?
Again, look at the bigger picture. And that's who I have in my chat. And I'm sorry that all you have in your chat is Laura and Molly haters. I wouldn't want to chat like that. I don't do that kind of shit anymore. I don't do that kind of drama anymore. That was like so 2018, 19, what, 2000.
She's so done with the drama, guys. Once again, she is done with the drama.
2019, 2020.
So we should all be, right? Everybody has to do it.
Thank you, Wolf.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the clip.
Do it every time. Act like this is right, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
I need to change that song. Thank you, Bad Wolf. But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, that's just
I don't know what the fuck clip she's talking about. I have no idea.
Some of the supporters that have come and gone. If you truly don't like someone, you wouldn't be talking about them. If you truly don't like someone, like, at least I admit, I don't hate QB. I may not agree with things, but I don't hate her.
I don't know
I'm
which
the
clip
first
she's
to admit
talking
I'll
about,
watch
dude.
her.
It could have been a fucking.
I don't like
wait,
Tim,
hold on.
but I don't like watching him.
Oh, maybe
But I
this
will
is it.
watch Queen Bee. Same thing with Sinner. I don't hate Sinner. I don't dislike Sinner. He's just not my cup of tea lately, but I still watch him sometimes. Like, and I'm not afraid to admit that. And I have no problem admitting that. So if I really don't like someone, I'm not watching them. I don't want to watch someone.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was still playing that. Hold on a second. Sorry, that was probably annoying. Hold on.
I do think that there's good-hearted people in her chat.
This-
I just think that they're
This is the chat. This is the clip I think she's referring to. I have no fucking idea. All right. Sorry about that.
lost or misled, or they feel bad for her, or they don't want to leave each other, because I know that's hard. You get in that group, you don't want to leave because you don't want everybody to be mad at you, and I totally understand that. But I mean, I can't imagine that these people are all this fucking stupid, right? Like, they're not. I do think that there's good-hearted...
Okay, I'm going to assume that that's the fucking clip that she's referring to. Hey, Suzanne. And I know nowhere in there did I say that people don't like her. I don't know what the fuck where she got that from. I just said there's good-hearted people in her chat, but... oh, whoa, shit. I don't want to rewind this. All right, sorry about that. Why is this zoomed all the fucking
But that's
way in?
okay. But you don't see me talking about
Yeah, she just wants people to stop speaking about what she did. That's really what it comes down to.
either. You don't see me
Sending this under duress. Sit down, haters. Ugh. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
running to chats where she's at. You know, I get
When was the last time? First of all, who even goes live about Laura? Okay. When was the last time you've seen me in any chat where people are talking about Laura? Like, just when was the last time, dude? I don't even go into fucking anybody's chats anymore.
guess I'm sub to her or something, but she comes up in my news feed and I'll laugh at something she posts. But you don't see me talking about her. You don't see me
Who is she not talking about? Queen Bee?
fucking going to chats where anyone's talking about her if
Really? Okay.
they are.
Okay.
You just don't. Same thing with Jay is for Justice. I don't watch Jay. I don't like Jay. JLR, same thing.
Oh, guys, so because Laura doesn't like, supposedly, she doesn't watch people that she doesn't like, although she just admits that she watches fucking Queen Bee all the time, right? She clearly doesn't like her. You know, we should all follow suit, I guess. We should all be like Laura. I hated her far before I ever knew this channel. Now I enjoy hating her. I enjoy you and the nice people here.
I don't watch them. I don't like them. But you also don't see me talking about them all the fucking time. You don't see me fucking
No, you just talk about Queen Bee and B Tim all the time.
running to chats or comment sections where someone left a comment.
You're in Burgundy's comments all the time, Laura. What are you talking about, dude?
Or someone made a video about them. So here I
You're in their fucking comments all the time. Oh my god, dude.
am. I'm going to run to them. That's like fucking stupid. If you don't like someone, you don't talk about them.
If you don't like someone, you don't talk about it. All right, Laura, so from here on out, don't talk about Queen Bee anymore. Period. Or B Tim, or Sinner, or any of these people that you're constantly talking about. Okay? All right. Take your own advice.
you don't like someone, I mean, you can have an opinion, but if you don't fucking like someone, you certainly don't fill your head with thoughts of them. So
Fill your head with thoughts of them.
I'll be honest. I've even said it about Burgundy Blue. I've even said, I don't know how this person cannot like Leanna and fucking talk, like listen to her lives all the time. I couldn't do it. So
But you just go on their channel and watch their clips of me.
makes me think that Burgundy is someone from her real life that actually knows her personally and might be stuck with her.
What? How did she come to that conclusion, Laura? Somebody from my real life that might be stuck with me? Stuck with me. Like they're stuck with me. Oh my god. Somebody from my real life that might be stuck with me. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Laura, that's really funny. Anyway, back to this bullshit.
You know, and that's why they post so much. I don't know. I mean, thank God for Burgundy Blue. I love her, him, whoever
Thank God for them.
it is. I don't know.
See, now, if you didn't watch the people that you don't like, such as myself, Laura, why would you be thanking God for them? Why?
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I just don't know how they do it. Because if I don't like someone, there's no way you're going to see me in their fucking chats or talking about them or anything. It's just not going to.
Why can't Burgundy Blue clip that bullshit right there? That fucking load of absolute horseshit that she's fucking talking.
Happen. Now, I might turn it on for a minute just to hear what they're talking about. But I'll tell you who I don't ever do that to. I don't ever do that to MM. I don't ever do that to Jay is for Justice. I don't ever do that to
We believe you, Laura.
who else? I don't know. It's just a lot of people that I just wouldn't do. I wouldn't think about
Don't say Queen Bee, because you talk about that bitch all the time.
going to watch them because I don't like them. JLR. I think I could count on one hand how many times I've actually watched JLR. And that's a lot if I could say one hand. That really would be a lot.
That's a lot if I could say one hand. Oh, stop it, girl.
But
Just stop
all these
it.
people or some of these people that feel the need to talk about me, leave comments about me, all this other shit. I'll give you a good example.
Laura, get off fucking social media if you don't want people to fucking talk about you or leave comments about you. I mean, what do you not get about this shit?
Perfect example, Joneson.
Perfect.
Okay, Joneson
example.
doesn't like me. Johnson's friends don't like me. Okay. Do you ever hear Joneson talk about me? No. You ever hear her friends ever talk?
I don't listen to her, so, but I don't care. I don't have to do what she does either, Laura. None of us do. I love these like desperate speeches to like get people to stop talking about her. She's like, do you ever hear Joneson talking about me? No. So yeah, so then you shouldn't either. It's like, oh, okay. This'll work. This will work.
Talk about me? No. You ever hear Joneson run her mouth about me, give an opinion about? No. Because she doesn't give a fuck.
I do.
That's the way it
actually.
should be. When you don't like someone, that's the way it should be. You just don't give a fuck. Therefore, you don't talk about them. Therefore, you don't.
Laura's going to tell us how it should be, right? We should take her advice. Okay.
Go in their chats. Therefore, you don't listen to them. I don't know why that concept is so fucking hard around here. For certain people. For certain people, it's easy. For other people, it seems to be really fucking hard, and I don't understand why. I really don't.
Oh! She doesn't get it after. Shit. Sorry, I just hit my vape. She doesn't get it after how many fucking years, dude? How many?
Hey, Rachel. Hey, Johnny. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
And it just blows my mind that they can't.
She's still mind blown after how many years on YouTube, guys?
Like, she just every fucking day.
Every day. Bro, the live that she's reacting to was from 8 days from yesterday. So it was 8 days ago. 8 days. Every day. Every day, guys. Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day, guys. Every day. Even though
No,
there's like 8 days.
Know about that. I do know about the shooter at FSU that I.
Is Laura not aware she's in the drama community? Talking about people you don't like is what the drama community does. I know. If people only talked about people they liked, you wouldn't have drama. Nobody would listen.
I keep getting emails for parents. Thank God Phoenix doesn't go there.
Wait, what?
But they have him. I'm still in the parent list, whatever. Because, I mean, he was pretty set on going there, but.
Oh my God, look. Bad Wolf wrote in her chat, I love you too, Laura. LOL. Dude, I want them to fuck. You guys just get it over with. Just fuck each other.
His mind. Thankfully. And the guy's name is Phoenix.
Thankfully.
So.
I
just, another issue.
So Laura's going to go live and tell everybody how they should act, how they should behave, how they should respond to things, what they should feel.
That I want to discuss real fast.
Oh, fuck me. What the fuck? Sorry.
There are subscribers. I'll say this. There are subscribers that I have a personal relationship with.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck this was about. Anybody wanna dive right in and tell me what the fuck she's talking about here? Because I am so lost.
And ones that we have talked about innermost.
Yeah, he's only there trying to make someone jealous. I 100% agree.
Secrets. One that has confided in me in innermost secrets that nobody else on YouTube knows.
Whoever that is, I am very sorry to hear that you did that.
Not a Patreon, just a member / subscriber. And I would never tell those secrets. But because we have a relationship like that, and she knows I would never reveal anything. But because we have a relationship like that, we can argue back and forth about something. Neither one of us take it personal. And I find it disturbing that someone would.
She argues with a lot of people. At the beginning of this, I don't know if I played that part, but she's like, oh, I was on Reddit arguing with people about, this case, or maybe it didn't come up yet. I turned her off when she started playing some fucking, some bullshit. So I was like, bye. Laura's doing true crime. See you later. But yeah, she's like on Reddit arguing with people. I'm like, dude, where are you not arguing with people?
Chat, acting like they know our relationship and drop like bullshit comments.
Who is she talking about, dude? Who?
Like, you don't know our relationship. And it was pretty fucked up.
Does anybody know what the fuck she's talking about? Anybody?
Again, no reason to address names. The people know exactly who I'm talking about. And I just find it disturbing.
Oh, is it you, Crystal? Oh. Who were you talking about? Because I'm like, why? I hate when she does this. Just say the fucking name of the person.
that someone would come in here,
What's Menards? Menards?
someone I thought much more of, would come in here and come at me with a stupid ass fucking comment to somebody that I have a personal relationship with. It's not your fucking business. I treat all my subs fucking excellent. And
The stream before, Laura yelled at a sub. I waited the 5 minutes after subbing to apologize to the sub for Laura yelling at her. Oh, sub lives matter. She's always yelling at people.
I find it disturbing that someone would do that. So
Really?
I'm just leaving it at that. Don't bud your nose in. Don't bud your nose into shit.
Bud
if
your
you
nose.
don't know the
Don't bud your nose. What the fuck? Bud your nose. Bud your nose. What? Budge? Is that the word she was looking for? Bud? Don't bud your nose in? I don't even know what the fuck she's trying to say, dude. I don't even think she knows what she's trying to say at this point. I don't. I just don't.
situation, and you
She yelled at me and called me a troll. Oh my god.
don't know our relationship. Okay? Thank you. Now I sound like Corey.
Corey.
What else?
Corey doesn't have any friends on here, so that would be kind of
I forgot what else.
hard to do. Yeah, deep thoughts here, guys. Deep thoughts.
Totally forgot what else. There was
Yeah.
another something other.
I
drama.
mean, these are really important things. Good thing she went live on Easter to address
Oh,
this
I know what
shit.
it was. Fucking Reddit. I'm fighting with people on Reddit
Oh, there it is. There
over
you
this
go.
whole granny's watching me like a
Oh shit! Sorry, I accidentally pressed fast forward. Yeah, this is what she spends her time doing: fighting with people on Reddit now. Because fighting with people on YouTube, it isn't enough. It's not enough. So she's like, I gotta move to another platform to find people to argue with about shit that doesn't involve me.
lot of these people are following SF Investigates, who really doesn't have much clue.
All right.
But one thing I was not wrong about, because I said I'm not sure I'm 100% right on, is the jurisdiction question.
Okay, honestly, I can't listen to this shit again. She's going into a whole speech about, I don't even fucking know, dude. To be honest, I think I tuned her out at this point, cause who gives a fuck? Laura thinks she's gonna, give people legal advice here, so. She attacked you on Reddit.
I had said I'm not 100% sure if the judge has jurisdiction over the people that don't live in the state.
I don't even know what she's talking about. I go on Reddit, but I use it for fandom chats on my shows. No mixing YouTubes and Reddits. Yeah, well, she's on there arguing with people because, she doesn't have enough people here to argue with. So she's like, where? Who knows? But yeah, I'm not going to play this part because I really don't fucking care. But I think I tuned out after this. What the fuck is all this shit? Oh, is this her on Reddit fighting with people or no? Probably somewhere else. After just going through this whole thing about how she doesn't, watch people that she doesn't like and she doesn't talk about them, she's on Reddit arguing with people about grannies watching who she doesn't like. It's like, Laura. Oh my God. Maybe you should do these in separate, things. Yeah, she's covering true crime, so that means no thanks. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. But I just thought it was funny. I'm like, really, Laura? You got that butthurt over that little clip that was played on your friend's channel there? Really? Really? That deserved a whole live? Well, not a whole live, but even part of a live. I mean, really, dude? Are we serious? Who fucking cares, dude? I find it so funny because I'm like, she's so bothered by my opinion, dude. That's just my opinion, Laura. It doesn't mean it's a fact. I just have an opinion that many of the people in your chat, I never said they didn't like you. My opinion is that a lot of them, and it's, well, you know what? It could be partially factual because people have told me this, that they don't want to leave her group because they have friends in there. And I know for myself, when I was like, okay, dude, this is it for me with Laura. That was part of my thinking was like, oh man, it's going to suck. I like the people in her group. Some of the people in her chat, I made friends, and more likely than not, those people aren't going to, talk to me or like me once I leave her chat, because I understand YouTube and how it works after how many fucking years on here. So, definitely a thought that people go through, but, I mean, it's just my fucking opinion though. Who cares? Like, honestly, why are you that bothered by it? Honestly. And then she always goes through these like manipulation talks about how we should all, behave and change. The only reason I stayed was because of the people. They were fabulous and I'm still friends with them. Like, I don't know. I'm sure some of the people in there actually like her, but I do think that a lot of the people, I'm not saying everybody, but there's a good amount of people that go in her chat and they stay in there. You kind of get trapped. It's like any other group. It's not just her chat. It happens to a lot of people. Kind of get trapped in these like little fucking weird groups on here. Just like you would in real life. People kind of, you know what I'm saying? They mingle in these little groups, and then you kind of get stuck in the group in a sense. Right? I mean, I don't think it's that crazy to think that. Hey, Ditterbug. I don't think it's that crazy to think that. Home Depot insurance does not cover Ozempic. Really? That's interesting. I don't think any insurance would cover Ozempic. I mean, unless you're taking it for the reasons that you're supposed to take it. Well, the medical reasons. If you're taking it for off-label usage, for cosmetic reasons, like losing weight, they're not going to cover it. No way. No fucking way. I wouldn't think so, at least. But, yeah. But that's interesting. So she's like this on YouTube. Yes. This is Laura. This is Laura. So, yeah. So that was it. I really didn't have much else to show you guys there. But I just thought it was fucking interesting how she bugged out over this one comment. And I love that her friend Burgundy is doing this for her. I love it for her. Abso-fucking-lutely love it. Oh, man, I just put the fucking thing on upside down. God damn it. Oh, that sucks. I'm trying to test out this stuff, and I just fucked up. Fuck. I need another painted nail. Do I have one? Do I have one? Oh, here's one. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. What was going on? I'm sure she'll be fighting with everyone at Home Depot in no time. Laura fights with people no matter where she goes, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was fighting with people there, at Lowe's, and at everywhere. Some insurances are covering it now for weight loss, but if you're on Social Security, they will not cover it. Oh, really? Well, I guess if you're morbidly obese, it would make sense that they would cover it under insurance, if it's going to help you lose weight and your weight is affecting your health. But I don't think if you go in there and you're not like, you know what I'm saying? You're not like huge. They're not going to cover it just because like, somebody like me, right? If I walked in there, they're not going to be like, oh yeah, you could totally, we'll cover this. I'm not overweight for my, I might be, I don't know. I'd have to look up a chart, but you know what I'm saying? If I was, I'm probably only like 10, 15 pounds over, healthy, normal weight for my height and everything and my age. So I don't think they would, in my case, I don't think they would cover something like that for me because I don't think it's medically necessary for me to have that. But, for somebody like, I don't know. Somebody else like Laura, if she was doing it, do you think Laura's that obese or, she could probably lose the weight that, well, she didn't get covered for her stomach surgery, right? We know that. when she got that done. They wouldn't cover her. So I doubt they would cover her for something like Ozempic, because I don't think she's at a weight that she can't, you know what I'm saying, lose it on her own. I think they would want to see that you're at least trying to lose the weight on your own before they would cover something like that. If she walked her dogs daily, she would lose weight. Yeah, that would definitely help. You're not rich enough to pay off a doctor to prescribe it like the celebs do. She had weight loss surgery too. Yes. Insurance will make you do an evaluation. Like, she was not, that's why she went to Mexico. She didn't get covered here. They wouldn't cover her. Did you hear Laura saying she was going to TikTok to sell her candles? No, I didn't hear that, but oh shit. I have seen recent pictures of Laura. She's huge. Not fat shaming anyone, but she's always fat shames others. And she's huge. Really? Where'd you see like recent pictures of her? So you're telling me she fucking wasted all that money on, I mean, shit, it's her money, but like, she wasted all that money on that surgery, and here she is, what? How many years later? And she already gained the weight back? Yeesh. That sucks. That sucks. She's already overweight again. Because she doesn't realize that, like, first of all, she's postmenopausal, dude. And it is hard to lose weight after menopause. Everybody knows that, right? And then, on top of that, how old is she? I mean, she's in her 50s, dude. You know, like, it's the older you get, the harder it's going to be to lose weight. You have to diet and exercise. It's the only way. If she wants all these, like, quick fixes all the time for shit that aren't going to work, dude. You have to lose the weight. You have no choice. I stalked her Facebook after before. She looks fat in all her photos. Really? Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I never thought she was that heavy. I don't know. Maybe everybody has a different interpretation of what they think fat is. I never saw her. I mean, like, she's overweight maybe, but I never thought she was like that fucking overweight. I mean, she definitely had a couple of extra pounds on her, but is she morbidly obese? No. But if she is overweight, why the fuck is she always like talking shit about other people's weight then? And calling other people fat? She's an instant satisfaction type of person. That's the problem. That's it. She wants the quick fix all the time. So whether it's Ozempic or fucking, you know, the surgery that she got, it's always whatever's the quickest way and easiest way for her to do something. That's the way she's doing it. Just like she wants to meet a rich man to finance her fucking dreams of, you know, being a traveling candle saleswoman or whatever the fuck she wants to do. Fucking weird shit, dude. A traveling candle company. Do you know how hard that would be? No, thank you. I switched jobs and gained some of mine back. Plus, when I grieve, I stuff my face. I mean, dude, at a certain point in time, I'm not saying don't diet and exercise, because obviously that's going to be your best bet, right? You have to change. It's a fucking lifestyle change when you want to lose weight, unfortunately, you know, which is why I can't lose 15 fucking pounds that I probably want to lose, because I'm like, I have to give up things that I love, you know, in order to do that. And I don't want to give up those things. So I'll just deal with the 15 extra pounds that I have on right now or whatever. But you have to change your entire lifestyle to lose weight. You know, you could temporarily lose it. Even on Ozempic and all that shit, you guys, you could take that drug, and guess what? The second you stop taking it, guess what's going to happen? If you don't change your lifestyle and diet and exercise, you're just going to gain the weight right back. You know how many people I know that did those like fucking Atkins diets, even those keto diets that everybody's doing right now? They fucking went on the diet, right? Lost a shit ton of weight really quickly. And then guess what? Once they got down to their goal weight, they went right back to eating the way that they were eating. And they're right back to the weight that they started at. And especially in those cases when your body, forgets how to process carbs and all that shit. What happens is you gain the weight back even quicker and sometimes worse. You end up in a worse situation than you were to begin with. So, I mean, do you. It's your body. It's your life. But I'm just saying, that's what's going to happen. I mean, you can only fucking, I don't know. You got to change your life. You got to change your whole thing. You have to exercise and you have to diet and you have to stay on that if you want to stay at a certain weight, because unfortunately for us women, once we stop producing estrogen, when we get older, our bodies just fucking blow up. I mean, I've accepted that probably, and I think I don't know if this is the exact amount, but they say on average, women gain pretty much 10 pounds. I think it is almost every decade of age, right? You gain another 10 pounds to yourself, because once you stop producing estrogen, it's even harder to gain weight. I mean, to lose weight. So, I mean, I'm just kind of accepting that, that's part of just getting older, is that you're going to have a little extra weight on you, right? If I started getting completely like morbidly obese, then I would fucking maybe think about dieting and shit. Right now, I think if I just walked like I normally do this time of year, I'll probably lose the 10 pounds that I'm trying to lose. Not even trying, but that I want to lose. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll be good to go. Hold on. Christina Randall's on the... You mean Christine Randall, as Laura says, is on the carnivore diet. I would never be able to do that. Once you go on these fad diets, though, you have to stay on them. If you don't stay on them, you're not going to keep the weight off. It's just going to come right back on. So, like, if I would never do any of those, because I know that you're going to just have to stay on that. It's pointless. I mean, I would if there was, like, some, I don't know, crazy reason I needed to drop 10 pounds all of a sudden. But she's very obsessed with her weight and everything, which is kind of sad. Been watching her. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'd feel different if I was single and in her shoes about my weight. But I'm pretty comfortable with my size, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I could, maybe afford to lose a few pounds, but it's not something I really think about all the time. She's just doing it to be supportive of her husband. Oh, her husband's doing it. Okay. I've heard of the carnivore diet. That's got to be a rough one because I'm not like a big meat person. So I think I would have a little trouble with that one. She just wants to be skinny so she could call everyone else fat. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, she does that anyway, though, even when she's chunky. So she just, I think, enjoys calling people fat. She's a fat phobic. I lost a lot of weight with my divorce. I lost a lot of weight when my mom was sick and when she passed away, but because I was just so stressed out. But after, forget it. I gained a shit ton of weight after she passed away and everything was done. I was done settling her estate. I got up to like 150 pounds, which is pretty fucking heavy for me. And if you go watch my grief series videos, you'll see I was a little heavy in those videos. And I couldn't even believe it. And then I lost the weight. I went back down and now I'm probably 130s, like somewhere, which I'm fine with. Would I like to be like 125? Yeah, but whatever. It is what it is. If I start walking and shit again, I'll get right back into shape, which I did a little walking yesterday. I need a good pair of walking shoes. And I don't know. I was looking at those Hoka shoes. I don't know if I should get those or what's the other ones? On Cloud, I think they're called. I don't know which ones I should get. But I need a good pair of walking sneakers. So I looked good during that. I feel like I looked horrible. I feel like I was so heavy. I was like 150 something pounds. You know why? Because I was eating a pint of like Haagen-Dazs. Seriously, no joke, by myself every night. So I lost 50 pounds since September. The shots made me sick. I just reduced the amount of food I eat. Marcy, are you doing like the what kind of shots are you doing? If it's not on sale for $1.99, I don't buy it for me. What do you mean? So Saucony Triumph 22 are neutral walking shoes. You should get fitted for the right shoes at a good runner store. Yeah, you know what though, KB Bells, I would, but I don't like, I'm not like that serious about running. I just like, I walk the dog. You know what I'm saying? Just to walk around the neighborhood. I'm not like a serious runner or anything. So I don't know if I need to spend that amount of money. I definitely do get shin splints though, which is like why I probably need a better pair of shoes than I have. I mean, I have tons of sneakers. It's just I need something that'll help me not get shin splints. If I was like serious into running and shit, I would definitely invest in like a good pair of shoes, but I just need something that's a little more comfortable. I went through the half pint Haagen-Dazs daily grief. Oh, dude, it was horrible. But you know what? It felt good to eat because like I was not eating the best for a long time. So it felt good to eat. And I remember I went to my doctor and he weighed me and he's like, you gained some weight. I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, he's like, did you change something in your diet? I'm like, well, I eat like a pint of Haagen-Dazs. He looks up the calories. He's like, yeah, that's like 2,000 calories a night. I was like, oh yeah, I should probably stop doing that. So I did. But yeah, Haagen-Dazs, that'll do it to you. That'll do it. I tried Ozempic and Mounjaro, but they made me sick. I was spending all day on the toilet. Now I'm just, oh, you tried it? I could never fucking do that, dude, because there's no fucking way in hell I could give myself a shot. Nope. Sorry. There's no fucking way in hell I am voluntarily giving myself needles. And nope. I fucking hate needles. I hate everything about them. And there is no fucking way I could ever shoot anything into my body. No. Sorry. I don't know how people do it. God bless you. Those who have tried. See, yes, if you're diabetic, you're used to it. I don't know what I would do. I would probably die if I was diabetic because I just cannot do a fucking needle in myself. I would never be able to do it. I would have to have somebody else do it for me. So they would have to do it for me. There's no fucking way I would ever be able to just purposely put a needle into my fucking body. Nope. I definitely am into menopause too. My last cycle ironically began on the day. Oh, we buried mom. Haven't had one since. You could though just be also thrown off from stress because stress will do that to you. It could definitely, but you also could be. I just want to go through menopause already so I could stop perimenopause or whatever the fuck they call it. That where you're in when you're in your 40s. I think it sucks worse. I honestly do. All this shit we have to go through. Why? Just to pop out a kid or two? God dang. Lynn Pearson, definitely the devil. Who's the devil? Oop. I lost you guys. Relate to Joe. My mom gave me a parting gift. Oh, the Ozempic face is terrible. Terrible. Ugh. It's horrible. You're full blown. Man. Menopause is worse. It gets worse? Fuck. Really, it's like horrible what we have to go through. I will get the freaking hot like flashes where like I had them in bad in when we were in Quebec. Oh my god, dude. I was getting so overheated. It was horrible. I was like fucking dying. Like dripping sweat. And I feel like everybody's like looking at me like, why is this woman sweating for no reason? Like it's not that hot in here. Your grandbaby is late. It was due the 17th. Wait, that is pretty late. It's the 20th. Oh, me? Yeah, I'm definitely still getting my periods. If reincarnation is real, I better come back with a wiener next time. Girl, I'm with you. I am fucking with you. I need to have a one of those next time. Just see how it goes. My husband can't sleep in the room because I have a fan on year round. Ugh. It's fucking terrible, dude. Terrible. I don't remember my mom having a hard menopause though, or having like the hot flashes and all that shit. I don't remember her going through it like that. Like I remember the time where she went through it, but I don't remember her suffering a lot, is what I should say, with the hot flashes and all that shit. So I have the fan. I even have the window open in the winter too. I don't get hot at night. It's like during the day. I'll just be like sitting there and like all of a sudden I'll just like I swear to God, it feels like my whole body's on fire, especially my head. But I just feel like I'm heating from like the inside out and I'm just pouring sweat. Well, this has been going on for years though. It could be also a lack of vitamin D. I read that online and that's possible too. I get like hot flashes. I don't know any other way to explain it. I can't even say that. They said that would help. It hasn't. I feel like they're always trying to get you to get those damn IUD things put in whenever you go there, and I am not getting one of them things put in. So I don't give a fuck. Nope. Sorry. Wearing tank tops in the winter, and I thought she was going. See, I don't remember my mom ever being like hot. I don't remember her ever going through that. Ooh, you had a hysterectomy. That'll send you right into full-blown menopause. My poor mom, she was 46 when she went through it. I remember her crying and cussing the last couple of years. I woke up with night sweats and jumped in my daughter's kiddie pool. Holy shit. My mom was in her 50s, I want to say. She was in her early 50s when she went through it. But I don't remember her having that hard of a time. And I lived with her, during that time. So I don't remember her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember her really, really struggling during that time or having, like, severe hot flashes or anything. You just started getting the night sweats, Narnie? Oh, my God. Chemo put me in menopause. It was about that time anyway. Yeah, that'll happen, Blank Slate. I haven't had a period in 3 years. Girl, you so lucky. I don't want to have one for 3 years. It's gotta be nice. Gotta be. Ugh, it's fucking terrible. I was 10, remember looking at my dad asking what's wrong with her to change young lady. That is really young. But I guess you can get it, right? You could get it anywhere from 40-something to 55 or something. Shit, there's ladies that have babies in their 50s. I started with the night sweats in my 30s. I don't get them at night, though. I get it only during the day. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes I do wake up, like, in a puddle of sweat. But I also, like, what do you call it? I overdress for bed. When I went to my gyno about perimenopause symptoms, she wanted to put me on birth control and an antidepressant. Oh, my God, get out of here. Doctors do not know enough about this stage of a woman's life health. So frustrating. You have to go to like a hormonal specialist because they just want to throw you on birth control. No thanks. And that's it. Like, and it's like, here you go, here's a quick fix. But really, most of the time, it's because your hormones are off balance. And that's what you need to figure out. I watched this whole video about this lady recently talking about this, where she goes through all the symptoms, and then she talks about how she went to this, like, I don't know, some type of doctor. I'm not really sure which one it was. It wasn't her gynecologist or anything. But they basically tested all her hormone levels and got her put on the right types of hormones to balance her out. And she said she feels so much better. Really said the trick was exercising and drinking lots of water. She never had to be put on any type of estrogen. Yeah, like my mom never had to take anything like that. Maybe that's what it was, a holistic doctor. I forget the channel. I have to see if I can find it. But she said she like went on so many different she went to so many different doctors, and then she ended up going to this, one doctor who basically like put her on the right amount of things and the right things, and it got her back. I don't know if it was an endocrinologist, because I don't know if I know an endocrinologist mostly deals with like hormones, like your thyroid and everything like that. But I don't know if that's the type of doctor that she saw. When I got divorced, the doctor wanted to put me on antidepressants. Nope, I was happy. I just had my joints. Wait, just had my joints attuned. Find a doctor you trust. Turns out it was MS. Oh shit. Really? That's serious. I would never do antidepressants. I don't know. No offense to anybody that does them. I just personally, there's been times in my life where I probably felt like I should have taken something, where I just was having bad anxiety. I remember I was having bad anxiety. This was going back years ago, and my doctor prescribed, I think it was Zoloft. I never took it. I was like, I'm not taking this. I was just scared to take it. So I never took it. Should be an endocrinologist. I don't know if that's what it was. I'd have to find this lady's channel again. And maybe that is what it was. I don't know. I gotta remember the lady's channel, first of all. Hold on. God, I watch her channel and I can't remember her name. Let's see. Let's see if I just type in perimenopause. God damn, it sucks getting old. Let's see if I can find it through that. I doubt it, but unusual symptoms. Wow, there's a shit ton of videos about this. Shit ton. Interesting. I would have to find it. It would take me a while to sit here and search. Like, I don't even know what the title was, and it was a while back. I mean, it had to be a good, couple months ago that I saw this video. 11 signs it's happening. Was this the lady? No. Wait, no. It wasn't a doctor. Fix perimenopause fast. Oh my god. What the fuck? I didn't even know there was a such thing as that. Like, it's the menopause before menopause. I didn't even know there was a such thing before that. I had no idea there was a name for it. We should start a menopause channel. We'll all just sit here and complain about our hot flashes. I wish they had just given out a mood stabilizer during those hard times instead of pushing, antidepressants that you become dependent on. That's why I didn't want to take them, because I'm like, dude, this is like asking for a whole fucking problem, because if you don't want to take them, I don't know, I was just scared. I started reading about them online and shit, and how it fucks with your brain chemistry, and I was like, no thank you, I'm not getting involved in that. Like, that's not, it just, I know too many people that got stuck on them and then couldn't get off of them, and I was like, I will battle through this anxiety and depression that I'm going through. I've taken Xanax in the past after my dad passed away, and that just makes me want to go to fucking sleep. Like, it doesn't do much to help prevent a panic attack, so I really don't find any use in it. And that's another thing, that if you get on, it's very hard to get off. I took it for maybe like a month, and then I was like, all right, this isn't helping me really. I mean, it was, I can't even say if it was helping me, because it's not really a preventative. And I'm like, I think the key is to just kind of learn how to deal with the anxiety, which I feel like I did, but I feel like it's crazy enough. A lot of the anxiety I have ended when I cut ties with my family. And I think that's where a lot of my anxiety stemmed from, was certain people that I would talk to in my family. I think that's where a lot of my anxiety was stemming from, was that whole situation I went through years ago with my cousins and everything. So when I cut ties with certain people, I noticed that my anxiety was like cut in half. Like, I don't really even get anxiety anymore. It's crazy. Sometimes, very rarely though, not like I used to though. And I was like, holy shit. I never put the two together, that they could possibly be tied to my anxiety. But when I look back, being put in certain situations, I can understand why I had anxiety. You divorced your family. That means you're crazy though, apparently, on this app here. If you don't talk to your family. First thing they blame women for is drug seeking and attention seeking. You're very right though. But it's crazy. and I feel a lot better. I probably need an antidepressant now. Been on anxiety since I began having the panic attacks. Been through so much. Girl, definitely sit down and think about that before you get on one, because see, you're trying to cure grief, and trust me, I tried doing the same things, not with antidepressants, but you can't cure what you're going through with medication. Could it help? Potentially. I mean, it's a personal decision, and obviously you have to do what's best for you. But when I was going through, grief of losing my mom, I filled my cabinet up, okay, with all sorts of different not medications, supplements mainly, because I didn't want to go on any type of medications. And I thought that they were going to help the anxiety I was feeling, the anxiousness, all that. And the sadness, okay? And really, the only thing that cured it, unfortunately, was just letting time pass, And it sucks. That's it. And I'm not saying that these things can't help you while you're going through that, because they can. And it depends on your, you know what I'm saying? Like your severity and how you're feeling. Obviously, if you're feeling suicidal or like that, then you should definitely, go see a doctor and get on something. But if you're just feeling sadness, that sadness feeling, to me, there's a difference between sadness and depression. And I mean, I probably went into a little bit of a depression when my mom passed away, but I don't think it was, I think it was a temporary situation given the circumstances. And I think that once enough time passed and I was able to heal, I'm glad I didn't take that. I'm glad I didn't get myself on any type of medication looking back now. At the time, I probably felt like I really needed it, but I tried to do other things to try to get myself feeling better. And there you go, Jules. You just said it, because I feel like that's probably one of the most important things for me that helped me the most was going to, she was a therapist / grief counselor, but I found that extremely helpful, just being able to sit down and talk to somebody who's an outside party, and you're there for that reason. You know what I'm saying? So you don't feel like you're burdening your friends or your husband or your, kid or whoever it is that you talk to in life. You're there for that reason, to talk to that person for that reason about those feelings. And it helps. It definitely helps. So, and there's a lot of grief, therapists that'll help work with you, financially if you can't afford it. So, I don't know. I would suggest trying that, first before getting yourself into a situation where you're, stuck on a medication for what is essentially a temporary situation. Not saying that, the sadness about loss is always going to be there, but as time passes on, it becomes less and less. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's not as intense anymore, right? And it doesn't matter who you lose in life. It's anybody. It's not as intense. So in the very beginning, the first year, the second year, it might be, and there's special cases where some people have, something called complicated grief, or they might have CPTSD. That's a whole different story. And if you feel like you have that, then yes, you should definitely go, sit down and talk to somebody and maybe think of getting on some type of medications. But, the sadness that you feel, unfortunately, like nothing is going to take that away. I don't even think an antidepressant is going to take that away. I think it, can maybe help a little bit. I don't know, because I never, took them. So I don't know exactly how they make you feel or how they would work in that situation. I'm just saying that if you're in that situation and you're sad, then maybe you need to just give yourself some time. I know, Purple Rain. It's you got a very unique situation. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Everybody kind of has to, you have to assess your own situation, obviously, right? But and it's hard to say, but I just say for anybody, if you're not somebody who's prone to actual clinical depression, Don't go run and get, yourself on an antidepressant when really it's grief. Because I was thinking, oh, it's this, it's that. I'm having, health problems. I'm having this, that, and the other thing. And really, when it came down to it, I was just grieving. And I just had to give myself time. And once a few years passed by, and I know it sounds like forever when you're going through it, I started to, slowly but surely come out of it and started to feel better. You just have to give yourself time and be patient. And of course, everybody handles things differently. So it's hard to say. My situation obviously is going to be different from, everybody else's situations. I'm just saying it's something to think about. Food for thought. That's all. You can't see Purple Rain blank slate? That's weird. She's a mod. You should be able to see her. Double whammy is losing my husband is my best friend has a nervous breakdown and I felt... Wait, double whammy is besides losing my husband, I'm sorry to hear that, Tinker, is my best friend has a nervous breakdown and I felt like I lost her too. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's probably somebody you depended on, right? To help you through your grief of losing your husband, which I'm very sorry to hear. And then when they're not there, it's like, I totally get what you're saying. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. CBT and DBT and therapy is helpful for anyone in a situation like that. What is CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy and DBT is dialect, something like that, right? Behavioral therapy, both behavioral therapies. Not if I have them blocked, but I don't. Maybe make sure you're on all blank slate, all chat. Sometimes you just learn how to deal with grief over time. It never goes. You just get used to living with it. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, right? You just kind of get used to living with it and just like the person not being there. Just like I said the other day, I went, it was the day my dad passed away. I'm like sitting there thinking, holy shit, it's been 10 years. All these thoughts are going through my mind. I haven't sat down, right? This was the year my dad died, Easter was a few days before he died. So his death date was April 19th. So Easter was like that Sunday, and so that was, I thought to myself, and it was just a bugged out thought. That was the last time I sat down at a table for a holiday and ate a meal with my mom, my dad, and my brother as a family. And I'm like, dude, that shit was 19 years ago. That's kind of crazy. That's why I was like getting, I was like sad. Plus that same day, I log on to Facebook and I found out my music teacher from when I was a kid, right? Elementary school music teacher. This lady was amazing. She really was. She passed away. I was friends with her on Facebook. I think she had, I believe it was uterine cancer. And she was so cute. She would like update every day with her, pictures of herself and everything. And it looked like, I thought she was getting better. Although in the pictures, I was like, oh, she doesn't look good. But I was hoping in my heart that she was getting better. But she was, dude, let me tell you, they don't make teachers like this anymore. Because this lady was fucking unbelievable as a teacher. I had her from kindergarten all the way to 6th grade. And she played the piano. She had all these songs that she made. Like every kid that went to my elementary school, knows these songs. Like, I don't know if they're exclusive to like just her. Some of them might be, but we all sang them every year. It's just funny, I remember she helped me, honestly, when my mom was passing away. I'll never forget. She went live on Facebook. And she played all of her Halloween songs. It was right before my mom passed away, like a couple of weeks. My mom was in the hospital. And she played all her old Halloween songs that she used to play. And I found so much comfort in that fucking video. I watched it. I was like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm a kid again, just watching this and listening to all these old songs and picturing myself sitting in the classroom with her, on the floor while she's playing the piano. And she really was an amazing teacher. But what was really amazing about her was that she probably taught, I'm going to say her career probably started maybe in the late 70s, right? Through the 80s. And then she taught maybe even in the mid 70s or early 70s. And then she taught all the way through the 90s and I think into the 2000s, right? She fucking, whether you were in her class that first year or the last year she taught, she fucking remembers every single kid that was in her classroom. Every fucking kid. It's amazing. And she was friends with like almost everybody on Facebook. And oh, it was just so sad, you know, to see that she passed away. It's crazy. I like logged onto Facebook that day and just my whole wall was about her. You know, all the people that I knew that went to my elementary school were just like fucking devastated, you know? She was just such an awesome teacher, like just such a fucking great teacher. Her class was always like entertaining, you know? She had all these games she made up and like they stick with you if you're, you know, here you are in your 40s and you fucking remember those games that she used to make us play. Everybody. I don't know if that many teachers I had that much of an impression on my life where I remember so much about their class, you know, besides her, like my art teacher, whatever, you know what I'm saying? From that age, she made such a big impression, I think, on so many kids musically. Like she really loved music and shared her love for the music with all the kids, you know, and she made you love it. And it was just fucking great. It was awesome. And they really, honestly, like every teacher should aspire to be like this woman because she was amazing. And the fact that she kept in touch with her students, you know, 20 years after she retired is fucking amazing in and of itself. Like she really cared about people, her students, their lives. She wanted to see what their kids looked like, you know, like she was just that teacher. So sad. So I found that out on the same day. So I was like feeling a little down that day, but you know, you got through it. It just doesn't stick with you as long, I guess, when you're, you know, the more time that passes. Obviously, my dad's been 19 years, which is fucking crazy, but you have to start. But, you know, you sit down and you just have all those thoughts. Like, my dad never met my husband and he never met my son. And I wonder what he would be like as a grandfather. And you know what I'm saying? Or my parents together. It's crazy. They might not have been able to see if you had top message. Yes, you have to. I don't know why it does that. YouTube is so weird lately, but anyway. Drove a Corvette and played a guitar. I asked Jesse, I'm reading your half your comment out loud, Sour. I was asking Jesse, you know, of his music teacher, I'm like, does she play the piano? Because I thought, like, that's what all music teachers do. When he was in elementary school, he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, that's so sad. Because, like, I feel like that's one thing that every kid that went to my elementary school, we all have in common is, like, we all remember this lady and her fucking songs. Like, we all remember these songs. I don't give a shit how old you are. You know the songs to all the songs that we sang in her class. You probably still remember every fucking word to them. Like, I could still see her sitting there playing the piano with her red hair. She had, like, this red curly hair. She was awesome. Death does suck, crazy Gemini. But you know what? It's also part of life. And it's, unfortunately, we're all going to, you know, it's going to happen to all of us one day. But, you know, we all are going to have to deal with it at some point in time. Everybody's going to grieve. Everybody's going to lose a parent or, you know, somebody in their life close to them. So it sucks. It does. And you know what? The people like us who've gone through it already, I feel like we went through it so we can help other people get through it one day. You know, like my husband's lucky. He still has both his parents around. He's almost 50. My mom had her parents around into her 50s. Well, my grandfather died when 98. So I don't know how old my mom was at that age, but she was definitely in her 40s, at least late 40s, right? You know, then you have people like me. My dad passed away at 25 when I was 25. And then my mom passed away when I was 35. So it's like, that's kind of young. You know, it's not really young. There's unfortunate people like Remy Remy lost her mom when she was 16. Like she was a baby still, you know? So I feel like we get to kind of help other people get through, you know, losing their parents, maybe. Maybe that's why it happened to us early. I don't know. You know, you have to try to find some type of answers to explain these things. But like crazy Gemini, you were young, like me, when your mom passed around the same time, right? I really hope there's something after this. Oh, me too, girl. That's the only thing that keeps me going. Is that, you know, there's got to be something. You want to hear something weird? I know the people in my Discord probably know this, but it was the beginning of April, so it was a couple weeks ago. I dropped my son off at school. My husband was at work, and it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. And I'm standing in my kitchen. All of a sudden, I get this like really strong scent of my dad, dude. I just smelled his cologne. I was like, what the fuck? I like turned around. It bugged me out. Like it smelled like he was standing right behind me. My dad wore, I think it was Calvin Klein Obsession for Men. And I just like all of a sudden out of fucking nowhere smelled his cologne. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, where did that just come from? It's so strong. And I was like, that was so weird. And I feel like that's like definitely a sign that they're coming to visit you. I can't imagine life without my parents, and I'm 46. It's really hard, Jim. I couldn't imagine it either before it happened to me. And then when it happened, I mean, my dad, it was so early. And weirdly enough, I kind of always had this thing in my head that my dad wasn't going to be an old man because his father died in his 40s, his brother died in his early 50s. And so I don't know. I just guess I kind of had it in my head that like, he doesn't, the men in his family don't live long. And sure enough, actually he lived the longest. I think he lived until 62. So no, 64 was it? I always get him and my mom's ages confused. I think it was 62. No, 64. I think my mom was 62 when she passed away. But yeah, crazy. But my mom, I was like, I don't know. I saw her living into her 90s for some reason because my grandmother lived into her 90s. So I just thought she'll live into her 90s. She'll be here forever. Like, you just like, I tried as hard as I could to never think about like, she's not leaving me. And then, yeah, at 60, I think she was 62. I always get it flipped. Either 62 or 64. She passed away. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was not at that point in my life, expecting that to happen. It was fucking crazy. Just crazy. So, my mom was 65 and I was 48. That's young, 65. Like, people should be living into their fucking 80s at this point, 90s. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's parents should be dying in their 60s. It's crazy. It's so sad. Daddy was 67 when he died. My mom was 89. Wow, she lived a nice long life. She would have been 90. Oh, man. My Nana, I thought she was definitely making it to 100. I was like, she's definitely going. She's going to keep going. She had such a good spirit. And I think, honestly, if my mom didn't pass away, she would have made it. She would have lived until she was 100. But I think my mom passing away, my mom passing away, that was so hard on her at that age to take mentally. I think she just, she just went downhill from there. Well, she had Alzheimer's, but she didn't get diagnosed until a few years after my mom passed away. Lots of younger people seem to be dying of cancer these days, it seems. Yeah, and it makes you question, like, what the fuck is going on, Ooh, 99. One of my friends, her grandmother is 100. Well, she might be 102 now, or 101. You got to see this woman. I never seen, when you see like 100-year-old people on the news, you're like, they look like really, really old and shit. This woman, I'm not joking, does not look like a day older than like 80, which sounds crazy, but I cannot believe the physical condition this woman is in. Okay. How good she looks for her age. She's 101. She is in unbelievable shape. She's still walking around, moving around great. I could not fucking believe it. 101. I mean, it was just like, I wish I could show you guys, but obviously I'm not going to put my friend grandmother on here. But I'm just saying, I was shocked to see this woman and what great shape she was in. Do I want to live that long? Probably not. I don't think I want to live until my hundreds. No thanks. But quite amazing. I just feel like by that point, everybody that you love is going to be gone. There's very few people, you know what I'm saying, that are going to still be alive. Obviously, if you have children or something, they'll be there. But like your husband and friends and peers, the people that are your own age are going to be long gone. by that point. Even with my Nana, I watched my Nana go through it. I think that's why, because she lived till like 94. All her siblings passed away. My grandfather's siblings were all gone. Like she was, oh, well, I'm sorry. Her older sister was still here. Her younger sister passed. Her older sister passed like a year or two before her. But like every one of her peers from like her age group was gone. And I'm like, that's so sad. It's so lonely. Because I feel like even like when I used to go to family functions, everybody used to just like, I don't know, kind of like ignore her. I always used to make it a point to sit down and talk with her for like at least like an hour, you know, just to like, because I felt bad. She couldn't hear good. And everybody used to kind of just be like, oh, she can't hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody just used to be like, oh, sit over here and like, just sit there. You know what I'm saying? And then like, she talked a lot, my Nana, which is probably where I get it from. My mom talked a lot too. And I used to feel bad. So I always used to make sure I sat with her and had like a long conversation with her because I don't know, I enjoyed her stories, you know? I don't care even if I heard them a million times. I just loved hearing her stories of like when she was young and, you know, whatever. She was so funny. And freaking... I don't know. I feel like when you're old, like people are just like, just go sit over there and be old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just get like shoved off to the side. And I don't want to be old like that. Ugh. Susie, I had a cousin die the other day. Oh no, I'm so sorry. 32, that's so young. Jesus, what is going on? That's what I'm saying. Why are so many women get breast cancer too? What the fuck? Jesus. My great aunt just died at 101. All her friends are gone, but all her family was at her funeral. She was actually in pretty good shape. See? I just can't. Cancer is a fucking asshole. They have to have a fucking cure for this shit, dude. I'm sorry. I don't buy that they... With all the genetics and all the shit that we could do nowadays, you're telling me they can't find a cure for cancer? Bullshit. It's a fucking moneymaker. And I'm not like a big conspiracy theorist, but when it comes to fucking cancer, I certainly am because... there's no part of me that believes that they don't have some type of fucking cure for this shit at this point in time. Remember how big of a deal AIDS was, right? When we were in the 90s? Do you guys hear about that shit anymore? Because I don't. You barely ever hear about it. So, what, they cured it? Or they found a way to make people live with it? Why can't they do that with cancer? I don't know. And they make so much money. I'll never forget when my mom was sick, she was in this one hospital. It was a horrible hospital, but the nurse was awesome. This one nurse that she had. And she told me that her son works at this place called Brookhaven Labs, which is, they do a lot of medical experiments there and all this other crazy shit. It's out, you know, kind of by me. And she's like, my son told me that they have a cure for cancer. They just won't release it. And I fucking believe her. I believe her. She's like, they won't release it because cancer is just way too profitable of a business. Trumpers just cut all funding for cancer research. Are you fucking kidding? Well, am I shocked about that? Not at all. Jesus. So... I lost a lot of friends to AIDS back in the day. Right, but you don't, like, hear about people, you know, dying from it like that anymore. It's crazy. Cancer needs answers now. It absolutely does. And I think they have the answers. I just think they do not want to fucking... Look how fast they came up with a fucking shot for the COVID, right? Pandemic. Look how fast they were able to do that. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that there is not... Whether it's a cure, okay, fine, maybe not a cure, but some better treatment for it. It's just, I don't know. However, Steve Jobs died of cancer, so if there was a cure, he would have lived. True. I would do, well, he also refused to take any type of, like, medications and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was, like, holistic, wasn't he? The meds they give you for HIV can regulate the CD4 count now, so it does not evolve into AIDS. I worked in 10 years, and that's crazy. Like, they figured out how to do that. Like, Magic Johnson, look how great that guy's doing. It's just fucking crazy. Crazy. $3,000 a month, that's insane. Insane. Yeah, he did all natural treatments. I don't think he did any Oh, me neither, Erie. No fucking way would I take that fucking shit. Are you surprised? No. Dude, I'm just sitting back, Jem, and I'm like, yep, this is what we knew was gonna happen, but we'll just let this all play out. I try to really, honestly, you guys, I don't want to get too political in here because, it really upsets people. But I just kind of want to hide under a fucking rug until 2028. And the Democrats, like, I don't consider myself a Democrat, but I'm just saying they need to fucking get their shit together and find a better candidate. Find somebody better. I don't know. Because the way it's sounding now, this fucking lunatic is trying to circumvent the fucking Constitution and somehow have a third term. So, which we do not fucking need. And no president should be president for a third term. No. And he'll be way too old by then. He's too old now. I really think he's going through some kind of cognitive decline. Okay? And shouldn't be in charge now. So, if he gets a third term, I'm out. I don't even know what to say anymore after that. Don't forget about, yes, you're right, Tallulah. That's it. Honestly, I'm hoping one of two things happens. One of them I won't say because I don't wish horrible things on people. The other thing is that he gets caught in some kind of crime and just, I don't know, gets fucking impeached or something. I don't know. Because I don't know what Vance is just as bad. I agree 100%. So that's why I'm saying, like, the alternative isn't really that great. But when you cut off the head of the snake, I don't know. I don't even fucking know. Well, maybe hopefully he gets caught. See, that's why I'm hoping it's some type of like crime thing that they do. This way they all go down together equally. I don't know. But I don't wish, bad on anybody. I see people saying shit like that and I just don't put that juju out there. But you know what I'm saying. So my mom had almost 10 years, which is unheard of. She ate organic and juice. She was ahead of her time. Yeah. Some reason YouTube doesn't like critical thinking regarding Trump. You know what though? YouTube, right, does like there's a lot of channels I follow that speak the truth on him, shall we say. The problem is there's a lot of fucking hardcore MAGA people out there that don't like it. So I hope people aren't stupid enough to vote that fucking... You know what I really enjoy watching though, and this is probably a little fucked up, but there's people put out videos of people that voted for him and their regrets, their TikTok regrets, where they're up on TikTok this isn't what I voted for. My small business is going out of business because of these fucking tariffs. Well, dude, we were shouting it from the rooftops before the fucking election and nobody was listening. You didn't want to believe it, right? Well, we told you that this was what was going to happen with the fucking tariffs and everything, right? The other countries are not paying the tariffs. We are. But nobody wanted to fucking listen. I mean, it's pretty simple. We learned this shit in I don't know, middle school, maybe high school, about this kind of shit. Our president doesn't understand, but everybody else did. Mostly everybody else. So I kind of enjoy seeing the people that are oh fuck, what did I do? My life is falling apart. I can't afford my shit from China anymore. I mean, I just look, when I leave this country, I just want people to know, don't look at me. I didn't vote for him. That's all. That's all. I see Blank Screen. Blank Screen's in here. What's up, Blank Screen? That's definitely him. Did he change his name? I think it's him. Is it? I think so. Blank Screen channel. I don't know. We'll see. There's no way he could run again. A change to the Constitution will require 2/3 of the states to go along with it to change the Constitution, unless JD ran in 2028 with Trump as VP and then resigned. I was watching a video the other day. I don't know, where they were talking about something. I don't remember the specifics, so I'm not going to get into it because I don't, but if you research it, I'm sure you can find it where he actually, there's something in the language, I'll say, of the whatever number amendment that is, 23rd or whatever, 28th, I forget, where there's a loophole of sorts, they were saying. But whether that's true or not, I don't know. But no, we need new people, like new people. And maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, all right, I'm going to end this. I'm going to go get something to eat for dinner. But it was lovely talking to you guys. I'll be back sometime, maybe this week. I'm ordering all the Timo. I know, girl. The Temu shit and the AliExpress and all that shit. Oh, and also, shit, you might as well order your fake handbags on there because we just found out that all that shit, guess what? Made at the same factories as the fucking real shit. So, might as well, right? Anyway, yes, I'm with you on that one, Crazy Gemini. No more old people. We need some young, younger, more progressive type people in the White House. But anyway, all right, I'm out of here. I got to eat something. And it was absolutely lovely talking to you guys. I miss talking to you guys. Well, not that I miss it. I mean, I miss you guys. I'm just saying, I haven't really had anything to really go live or talk about. So I just haven't been live. But I will definitely see you guys soon. All right. Everybody have a great day. And I'll be back. All right. Peace.